was a common forum to put forth, and partly we are successful. Not taking this away for a longer time, we need such things happening all across. It is not just one purple festival which will get us the solution or the success. So rightly, for all this, for addressing all these issues, we need to come together. We need to identify. Now, all those people who are learned, who are educated will come and discuss this. What about these people who are deep in villages, who are isolated, who do not have voice, or who have not been registered so far? So this kind of, we need to reach, each of this government need to reach out to all those people, hear their problems and get them on the main forum, try to resolve the issues. If they do not have a voice, if they cannot communicate properly, if they cannot take up the leadership there, we need to focus and get them into it. So this is the primary thing. The first and foremost that I would like to share is, all the states, we need a proper census, we need the proper statistics, we need the proper data in each of the disability, all 21 disabilities, who all are there, to what extent their disability. These statistics have to be done. What are the ways, what is the budget strength for that particular state, and what is the population under disability. So it has to correlate that whether we really do justice, all these governments really do justice in the budget also, allocations also, and budget implementation also. So unless we have a data, proper census, we will not be taking up any, it would not be a proper. When government will come forward and see that the proper budget allocation is made, only when they have what you call that, the number of people suffering from that. So it is very important. Let us not forget that all those issues that we discuss are amongst only the creamy layer, or all those who have a voice, or all those who can express. The larger section is in the village. So we need to identify their problems. I don't take much of your time. I congratulate and compliment Mr. Arman Ali. You have been rightly taking up these issues. When you were speaking, I could judge that you made a lot of studies and in-depth studies on that. It is not organizing all such things and giving beautiful speeches and getting this is not this. We need to have the teams to reach out to the last person in the villages. So this is what is required. So for that purpose, a dedicated services are required. The person who speaks good, he may get the platform. The person who is in the village may not get the performance, and his problems are not may be properly addressed. We need to see that they are empowered in every field. The empowerment in economically, the empowerment socially. There should not be any social discrimination. There should not be any educational discrimination. It should be all inclusive. A lot of things are happening and a lot of improvements have been done, and we can see the change. When we were about 20-30 years back, people used to make fun of all disabled, but that scenario is totally changed, and they get a proper dignity, respect in all the fields. It has to grow, and we really need to see that whether they can, on their own feet, they can rise up and they can take up the assignments. And particularly when we look at the disabled person, whether they can be made self-sufficient in whichever way they are experts, in whichever field they are good, we need to identify their strength, their potential, their capacity, their creativity, their skill, and put them in a proper, channelize them and give them justice. They may be initially, may not be very good in their working also, but constant, if it is a mechanical kind of thing, and there are people who are intelligent enough, if they get a proper space and proper position at a proper place, they can do better than anybody else. But if that person is sitting at home and he is not been identified, then the whole talent goes waste. I saw a boy who was, I would say that the Saljini is my village, one of the village in my constituency, and that could be a probably last village of Goa. There are no roads, there were no education, there are no schools yet, there's no road at, there's no electricity just 5 years back. But there was a boy who was very intelligent, who was born totally orthopedically challenged and he could not sit, and in this position also, he was a topper and he was not able to go in school also, but still he stood first in that center. Problem was that how to get him in the higher secondary. His father said, okay, he took good care, and he again stood first in the higher secondary examination from that center. But again, problem was he wanted to go for the BE engineering. He could not because the colleges were not nearby. So he said that I wanted to go for the diploma course, because diploma course was there nearby within the 20 kilometers. Then he was made to go there, but the stream that he wanted wasn't there. The boy said that you please get me a permission. He asked me, you get the permission, I don't need the lectures for that, I just want to put up my attendance. That lecture, that stream is not available, don't. And that was the confidence. Again, he stood first in that center, in that stream. Then he did his B, and again he was lying idle. That was what I wanted to focus, not that what he has gone through. But he was not picked up, he was not identified. A fine day I asked his parents that what he is doing now. He has done and finished and he is at home. The waste of talent. And I went to him, I gave him some laptop and the freedom. Then he could communicate, and now today he is earning sitting at home. I mean, he is doing his projects on this. So this is the kind of thing we need to identify such people who have got good intelligence. If he is not been properly identified, the very intelligent person also go waste. His intelligence, his creativity, his skills will go waste. There are villages in India where they are far off, and such intelligence should not get killed off. So this is what I wanted to see, that these villages, these people, we need to see that we properly reach out to all those people, at least collecting the data and getting them in the mainstream. I don't take much of your time because I'm not a person who's been lecturing on this issue. I have taken up this responsibility just 15 months back, and I really enjoy this department because this is my interest. Because whichever way I have come in this field, I have come to this position not because I have money or I have some caste or a religion with me, but I have come sincerely working for the people. And in this is a new area wherein I'm putting my efforts, and I may not be well versed with all those what do you call that terms that you use. Sometimes I may make mistakes, but it is the inner soul says that I have to be with this department, and that is what I congratulate and compliment Mr. Guru Prasad and Mr. Taha Azik. They've been doing wonderfully well. We have Abhijit, so many times he comes in Goa on our single request and he does whatever is required. Like our own department person, he does without asking for anything. So we are connected with such a good people, such a good organizations. The Purple Festival was not the success of only the Department of Social Welfare or the Person with Disability Commissioner. It is the success of whole disability sector all over Goa, all over India, I would say. All those NGOs who cooperated, coordinated, supported, and got themselves empowered. That's the way the resources came from all over India. It may have happened in Goa, but the success, the credit goes to all those NGOs who were supporting us, guiding us, mentoring us in delivering all such good things. And once again, I extend my invitation to all. The Purple Fest on a bigger scale is happening this year. In the next year, I would say for this from January, somewhere putting off all efforts. We were called in Delhi also, and we've been told last year the central government, union government have not supported us financially, but now this time they have decided well in advance to support us, and they will be taking up some responsibilities, and we will go on a bigger scale. Last year, whichever areas we have not touched upon, we will be looking at in the sports also, in the education field, in the employment sector. We will be trying to get all this within, so that this Purple Fest will reach to a greater height. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and hope and pray all you will enjoy your stay. And I would only request and appeal to you all for your coordination, your cooperation, your mentorship in organizing the next Purple Fest, which is happening in Goa. You will have to be deliver our best during this current Purple Festival. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your warm words. You rightly pointed out the importance of empowering persons with disabilities through the provisions of accessibility, the provision of disability data, and budget allocation, also highlighting the importance of reaching behind the furthest first. Thank you, sir. So before moving on to the technical sessions, we would like to break for tea, for 10 minutes tea break, and then we would move on to the working sessions. So the working sessions will comprise of a 20-minute presentation by each of the states, followed by a 10 minutes question and answer, if any, by the participants. So thank you.
Just 1 minute. Take a peek.
Commissioner important. So आज किती प्रोग्राम ऑर्गनाइज केले
आज आम्ही वेस्ट झोन जे स्टेट्स आसा 5 स्टेट्स आसा रायट फ्रॉम लक्षद्वीप गुजरात महाराष्ट्र गोवा हे सगळे स्टेट्स हांगा आयिल्ले आसा आनी देर इज अ कन्सल्टेशन ऑन रायट्स ऑफ पर्सन्स विथ डिसेबिलिटीज दीस कन्सल्टेशन इज हॅपनिंग थ्रू आउट द इंडिया इन झोन वेज सो ईस्ट जाले साउथ जाले नाव टुडे वी हॅविंग इट फूल डे consisting of states from western region. So this is been organized in association with NCPD, which is a national organization based out of Delhi. हे कित्याक खातीर करता आमी जाल्यार जे वेगवेगळे जे इश्यूज आसा दिव्यांगांचे देशभर जे इश्यूज आसा गोंया पुरतेच न्ही सो ते कन्सल्टेशन जावन ताच्यातल्यान एक पॉलिसीचो असो निर्णय जावचो एंड दीस वील बी गिवन टू द सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंट आनी ताचेर भासाभास जावची प्रत्येक स्टेटीचे इश्यू वेगळे आसता पण कंबायन जर केले जाल्यार पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटी फेसीस सेम इश्यूज अक्रॉस द कंट्री वेदर इट इज विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एज्युकेशन वेदर इट इज रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्सेसिबिलिटी वेदर इट इज विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू मेकिंग गेटिंग खुबशे गजाली आसता की ह्या गजालीचे जेन्ना भासाभास जाता तेन्नाच आमकां तातूंत खंय तरी एक सोल्युशन आनी एक सोल्युशन मेळचें सोल्युशन सरकार पर्यंत पावपाचें काम आमी करताय आनी ते ताज्यांतल्यान इट हॅज टू बी अ रियलिटी ऑन द ग्राउंड ताच्या खातीर बी प्रयत्न जातले गोंया भितर खुबश्यो गजाली आमी डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर खातीर करीत आयिल्ले आसा पळयतले की कॉन्फरन्सीस जाता बिल्डींग बिल्डिंग्स एक्सेसिबल करपाचो प्रयत्न आसा, एक्सेसिबल ट्रान्सपोर्ट करपाचो प्रयत्न आसा आनी हांव सरकाराचें खूब अभिनंदन करता. हे सरकार इज वन ऑफ द स्टेट विच इज गिविंग द हायेस्ट पेन्शन टू पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटी इन द कंट्री. वी आर द हायेस्ट इन द कंट्री. सो वी आर मुव्हिंग इन द रायट डिरेक्शन. बट खुबश्यो गजाली आमी जावपाक जाय. आमी जर म्हटलें की आमी सगळें करता, सगळें बरें चल्लां, तशें जावपाचें ना. कारण वी हॅव टू सेट अवर ओन बेंचमार्क. डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टरान असो कोणूय म्हणू शकना की वी हॅव अचीव्ड एवरीथिंग, बिकॉज यू हॅव टू गो टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल. सो कितें ना कितें करचेंच पडटलें आनी आमी फुडें फुडें करता ह्या बाबतींत. खुबसो स्ट्रेस आमकां एज्युकेशनाचेर दिवपाक जाय, कारण डेट इज द बेसीक. आमी म्हणटा की इन्क्लुजीव एज्युकेशन आसपाक जाय. इन्क्लुजीव एज्युकेशन जातलें तेन्नाच आमी खंय तरी फुडें पावतले. आनी खुबश्यो कॉलेजी आजुनूय एडमिशन रिजेक्ट करता. आमचे कडेन कंप्लेन येता. ह्या माध्यमांतल्यान हांव विनंती करता, एक तर रायट्स ऑफ पर्सन विथ डिसेबिलिटी इज अ रायट. It is not a sympathy. They have to get the admission to the colleges. So be prepared to admit, create the resources. We will be more than happy to help in creating those resources for all the higher education institutions. कारण चिल्ड्रन विथ डिसेबिलिटी जो आसा तो 10वी पर्यंत शिकता, 12वी पर्यंत शिकता, पण फुडें पावना. ही ड्रॉप्स आउट फॉर वेरियस रिजन्स. सो वी हॅव टू क्रिएट दीस रिसोर्सेस फॉर ऑल दोज हू आर हियर इन गोवा अँड अक्रॉस द कंट्री. थँक्यू.
एक दिसाचो प्रोग्राम
एका दिसाचो
आणि सगळे कोण मेन कोण आहा?
Main these organizations are from Delhi. As I said, NCPD is the organization, parent organization working in the field of disability for last 30 years. So तांचो एक्सपिरियन्स खूब व्हडलो आसा आनी आमकांय तांच्या कडल्यान खूब शिकपाक मेळटा. आनी हांवें अदळ म्हळें की हे जे हांगा डेलिगेट जे आयले न्ही, दे आर ऑल डिसेबल रायट एक्टिविस्ट फ्रॉम वेरियस स्टेट्स. सो दे हॅव बीन वर्किंग इन द डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर फॉर मेनी इयर्स.
थँक्यू.
थँक्यू.
मेन